Hello everybody, my name is Pyrac and welcome to the video. Recently Capcom released the weapon usage across Monster Hunter Sunbreak, with a weapon being the most popular and a weapon being the least most popular. And in today's video we're going to be using the least popular weapon, the lance. Here is my build for the time being. It's a very prototype build. I wanted to play around more with Blood Awakening, so that's exactly what I did, with a attack boost 3, 2, 2, 1 and guard 2. Here are all these skills and decorations. All the green numbers are from decorations if you want to copy it yourself. But let's go use the lance. And I think today we're going to go fight some good old Anshnath. While the game is loading, please consider subscribing. Over 76% of you are not. Alright, let's go. So I somewhat agree with lance being the least popular weapon. It is sad though, because it is one of my favorite weapons to use. It is a very solid, reliable weapon if you want to fight something and don't... Well, you can try hard with it, but generally speaking you don't have to try too much. So it's a really relaxed time. So, I would highly recommend it if you haven't, and hopefully this video can somewhat convince you. We're going to poke him and immediately anchor rage, because he roars pretty quick. Try to smack him in the face, of course, for big damage. And start smacking away. We do have Blood Awakening on this build today, so we're going to be trying to focus a part so we can break it. Generally speaking, you should be focusing parts anyway, as it's just a decent idea. I think that hits me. Oh, the damage. Jeez. But at least we get to heal it back pretty quick, thanks to everything we've got on this build. We should be able to do plenty of damage to heal it up very easily here. I should be able to block that because I have guard up. Nice, there we go, we're at full health. Blood Awakening has activated because we had Anomaly Blight, so we got some healing from that. And we've got a full... have a full counter buff for now. Insta-block that for big damage. Oh, our buff just ran out. That's unfortunate. It's okay, though. Counter that to get our buff back. Dodge that as well. Get over to him and poke a bit. Just for some damage. Doesn't hit me. Oh, I pressed it way too late. Jeez. Look at it. Insta-block's very fun. I should have definitely just gone for the... what's it called? Anchor Rage. Because we didn't have the buff at the time. And that would have given us a full damage buff. Cool, we've broken apart so we can actually use Blood Awakening a little bit more consistently. We're going to go towards the face, even though... actually, Blood Awakening might be worth getting instead of doing damage here. So we're just going to poke away a little bit here. That'll work though. Let's get over to the head now. Surely we've activated at least level 1 of it. Oh, that damage. It's crispy stuff. This is obviously not a perfected build. I literally just threw it together because I wanted to use more Blood Awakening. Counter this. Yeah, big yellow damage buff. Completely missed everything, but that's okay. Block that. If you delay the shield thrust here, it still blocks the entire time as long as you don't press the button. Oh, Ludros here, so he's going to go over to there. We're pretty much going to lose our buff, so I'm just going to sheathing retreat over to that way. That's unfortunate to say the least. But we can poke away to get our health back pretty quickly. If we could actually hit the part, but it's on the other side of him here. But that's fine, we can break this part if we keep hitting it, and then we can heal off that as well. So it's no big deal. Poke to cancel. Hold the block there so we can actually block the roar. Counter this for some free damage. Leap thrust through that. Easy stuff. Poke the face. Oh, we're broken the face now. Now we get to heal a lot. Did that only take one leaping thrust to actually activate? God damn. It's not bad. Block that. Okay. Back step. Poke to cancel. And then we'll continue. Just going to hold block this time. Because there's multiple hits there. As we found out earlier. Keep poking away at this foot. The anomaly zits do quite a bit of damage. As well as, of course, activate our Blood Awakening. Counter this. Ah, he missed. Unfortunate. Poke to cancel. And then we'll go back to leaping thrusts. Unfortunately, I don't have the handicraft in the build because I'd like to get to purple sharpness with any kind of an element build because you gain 25% increased damage to your element if you get that much sharpness. But that's okay, we make do. This build's working pretty well actually. We're basically just able to endlessly attack and our sharpness isn't getting too low. Because while we do prioritize element here, I've missed 2 leaping thrusts now, geez. We still do a lot of raw damage. There is a ton of raw damage in this build, so we are completely fine to just go with this instead. I think maybe 3 or 4 leaping thrust should be able to fully activate our Blood Awakening for that 40 raw and 30 element buff. So it's not too bad either. Keep poking away. Very easy combo, but it's very consistent. I think with a full raw focus build you would do slaps like this, just to do extra damage. I think the combo does more at least. Not particularly 100% on that, because I don't play Lance to the point where I'm like, yep, this is the optimal combo, definitely do this. But I do enjoy using it quite a bit, so I do that quite often if I ever feel like playing it. I feel like I don't need Intrepid either with this kind of a build, because we do have basically guard 8. I think I got guard 8 or 7 on this, so we can block almost anything in the game, which is fantastic. Oh, we got a Kitnator as well for extra damage and a knockdown. Let's go to the face. Since it's also a broken part, we can completely just prioritize that, as well as getting the optimal damage in for that knockdown. Keep poking away. I've also got Bloodlust, because I feel like it's honestly not that much of a concern on Lance, in my opinion. You can kind of just block everything in Leaping Thrust to get everything back. Wow, we are healed so much. I do have recovery up on here, but I didn't get to test if we actually need it. Ah, the poke missed. That's okay though. I don't know why I counted that. We already have yellow. Tried to insta-block it, but it didn't work. I pressed the wrong button. Counter. There we go. Get that damage. Nice, juicy damage. Go back to the face. We've got a massive damage buff on our weapon at the moment, so should be some very crispy numbers. I would usually use Skyward Thrust on this kind of a build as well, because obviously this monster is pretty large, so we should be able to hit him fairly reliably. You want to make sure all the hits of it land, basically, to make it worth it. So any, like, standing monster or flying monster, it's pretty useful to use. Does a lot of damage very easily. Oh my god, the damage. We are just cruising on this poor lad. Delay it so we can block. Oh, nice. Counter time. Get that free Anchor Rage buff. Would usually go to insta-block it, but we didn't have the Anchor Rage active, so we could gain more damage this way instead of landing an insta-block. Oh, we staggered him. Unfortunate that that missed. Back hop to get over to him. That shouldn't stagger me. It shouldn't have staggered me, but that's okay. We can block this. Ah, the orb, of course. I always forget about the orbs. And of course he's leaving after that. That's fine though. We should be able to heal up, so I'm not going to heal any more than that, just by attacking him. And the sharpness is actually doing pretty well, so maybe I slot in 2 levels of handicraft, because I don't think we'll need too much sharpness protection with how this plays. Although I suppose Angie has pretty good hit zones to counter that, to get that buff back. I shouldn't have wirefalled earlier, just to maintain the big damage buff we had, but that's okay. How did I not block that? We should wait a second before we attack. Yep, that's fine. Should be able to heal up quite a bit from that, unless it doesn't hit a broken part. Holy crap. I think 2 Leaping Thrusts would actually be enough to activate level 3. That's insane. That's so much value. We don't counter that because we have our buff at the moment. Okay, hold the block, or hold the input so it doesn't stop blocking. That's unfortunate to say the least. We're going to hold the... Really? I'm just going to counter this. I don't trust my insta-block timing, just to be safe. And of course we can have a better upkeep on the buff anyway. Yeah, let's just shield charge over to him. I don't think I reach though. Leaping thrust through that. It didn't work, but that's fine. Just doing this again. He's trying to make it last as, or delay it as long as possible, I guess. Which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. We can counter if he hits me, because we didn't have much stamina. Insta-block that into a charge. Didn't work, but that's okay. The thought was there. Nice, we knocked him down from the anomaly, like beating anomaly blight. Or the anomaly pop, I guess. I think the only thing this weapon misses is a way to activate your dog. I think it might just be Anchor Rages that activate your dog, because you want him spinning fairly often, as they do fairly consistent damage. Nice trap. Ah, that's unfortunate. I thought I'd hit him. That's okay though. We'll get some more pokes in here. No part break spot on his arm, unfortunately, but that's okay. Nice. That was very fun. 9-minute hunt. It was very cruisy. As said, I love the lance. It's a very relaxed weapon that has a pretty high skill ceiling, to be honest. I didn't really show that off because I'm not the greatest with lance. I just use it because it's fun. Well, everybody, that was a hunt using Capcom's least used weapon in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Hopefully I could have convinced some of you all to try out the weapon. It is honestly a really, really fun weapon that you can throw it on at any point and have a good time. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.